Hi, I'm Rodney Johnson, co-editor of Survive and Prosper as well as Boom and Bust. In the early 2000s, everyone was worried about offshoring jobs, where Americans lose out to cheap labor overseas. I told people, don't worry. The U.S. and the world will slow down around 2010. The migration of jobs to other markets will stop. Incomes will fall in the U.S. and we'll be competitive again. That happened like we thought it would, with one big twist. The economic downturn arrived and jobs did stop drifting overseas, but unexpectedly, electricity got cheap due to fracking and the cost of natural gas. Well, now we're in a situation where wages have fallen for half a decade and energy costs are low. This combination has driven a trend of God, I did it again. I don't know what I'm doing right there. This combination of it is... Hi, I'm Rodney Johnson, co-editor of Survive and Prosper as well as Boom and Bust. In the early 2000s, everyone was worried about offshoring jobs, where Americans lost out to cheap labor overseas. I told people, don't worry. The U.S. and the world will slow down around 2010 and the migration of jobs to other markets will stop. Incomes will fall here and Americans will be competitive again. Well, it happened like we thought, with one big twist. The downturn arrived and jobs did start drifting overseas, but unexpectedly, electricity in the United States got cheap due to fracking and the cost of natural gas. Now we're in a situation where wages have fallen for half a decade and these costs are still low. The combination is driving a trend of reshoring of jobs, where jobs sent overseas are being brought back home. Now that's particularly true when it comes to big, heavy items that have to be shipped. Being close to the end client is a really big benefit. But it's not all about the people. That cheap electricity is a big factor. Auto manufacturers today make more cars than they did in the 70s, but they employ tens of thousands fewer people because of automation, and that's kind of the key. Even though employing people is cheaper in the U.S. than it was a few years ago, it's still expensive. Automation keeps falling. Manufacturers are always on the lookout for ways to automate so that they can cut their headcount. So while jobs are coming back to the U.S., it doesn't look like manufacturing is going to suddenly bring millions of jobs to the U.S. market. Adding to the emphasis on automation is that low cost of electricity because robots need juice. Now, natural gas is around $4.30 per MBTU, but we don't expect it to remain that low. The U.S. recovers a lot of natural gas through fracking, but we don't send it any further than really Mexico. To get it farther afield, we have to liquefy it. There are 3 plants that have been approved for liquefaction, but none are online yet. The first is expected in 2015. As we gear up to sell more in the international markets, where prices can reach $19 per MBTU, or more than 4 times what they are here, it makes sense that our price at home could increase dramatically and even double. What happens to the math that made production here attractive through low energy prices? It's possible it gets turned upside down once again. Anybody counting on cheap energy for the next decade could be in for a rude awakening. Thank you.